Hello guys, if you want to learn life in the UK Test Handbook with animation, please subscribe to my channel. In this video, I will explain a summary of the chapter 4, A Long and Illustrious History. William and Mary's successor was Queen Anne. What caused the uncertainty about Queen Anne? Queen Anne had no surviving children, so there was uncertainty over the succession in England, Wales, Ireland, and Scotland to the throne during the reign of Queen Anne. What was the Act of Union? The Act of Union, known as the Treaty of Union in Scotland, was agreed in 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. Scotland was no longer an independent country, but kept its own legal and educational systems and Presbyterian church. Why did George I choose by Parliament? When Queen Anne died in 1714, Parliament chose a German, George I, to be the next king because he was Anne's nearest Protestant relative. What was the nationality of George I? George I's nationality was German. What reason caused George I rely on his ministers? George I didn't speak very good English, and he needed to rely on his ministers. At George I's reign, an attempt by Scottish Jacobites to put James II's son on the throne was quickly defeated. Who were prime ministers? The most important ministers in parliament became known as prime minister. Who was the first prime minister? The first prime minister was Sir Robert Walpole. Sir Robert Walpole was the Prime Minister from 1721 to 1742. Who was Bonnie Prince Charlie? Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, the grandson of James II, landed in Scotland. Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, was supported by clansmen from the Scottish Highlands and raised an army. The Battle of Culloden was between Charles Edward Stuart and George II army. The Battle of Culloden was between whom? The Battle of Culloden was between Charles Edward Stuart and George II army. Charles Edward Stuart was defeated by George II army and escaped back to Europe. After the Battle of Culloden, the clans lost a lot of their power and influence. After the Battle of Culloden, chieftains became landlords if they had the favor of English king, and clansmen became tenants who had to pay for the land they used. After the Battle of Culloden, chieftains became landlords, clansmen became tenants. What was Highland Clearances? Many Scottish landlords destroyed individual small farms are known as crofts to make space for large flocks of sheep and cattle. What was crofts? Crofts were individual small farms. Eviction became very common in the early 19th century. Many Scottish people left for the North America. Who was the bard? Robert Burns was known in Scotland as the bard. Robert Burns was the Scottish poet. Robert Burns revised a lot of traditional folk songs by changing or adding lyrics.